Hey folks, Ora here. Hope you're all doing well. A bit of an update for the channel, Twitch, and just generally all things Orabox. University is starting again in a couple of weeks, so my timetable is going to have to shift around. So you're going to see the Twitch timetable and schedule change slightly. Not much, but slightly. And that's going to have a knock-on effect in terms of content creation for YouTube. I know I've not been the most regular of late, being sporadic here and there as I've been winding up to university. I have a few things that I need to get my book in order, basically. So we'll start with the raiding side of things and kind of just general WoW topic. We'll then go into a bit more about the Twitch and YouTube changes respectively, and when we get to the YouTube section, we will talk about what to expect in terms of the content on this channel and how things are going to look, at least for the next few weeks, potentially months, as we go through our year. So, raiding, because that's a big thing for me, as some of you know, with my Zero to Hero challenge and other bits and pieces and my end goal of trying to get into a top guild. The current guild tab for me is in a position now where we are very, very close to killing Painsmith, and that puts the guild in a problem where we are no longer re-clearing, and by the general consensus, I believe, we won't be re-clearing at all from this point onwards until we down Sylvanas, if we down Sylvanas. So that means that my Paladin is now only doing Mythic, and I will not be able to attain either Remnant of Nazul or Soul Render achievements and kill for logs, which is a bit of a bummer. But unfortunately I was away for the Soul Render and I was on the bench for Remnant because Paladin wheelchair is not good for that fight. Had some experience on it, but that's by the by. What it does mean though, in terms of the Zero to Hero challenge and the logging side of it, means that for Paladin weekly updates and that series is going to need altering. Now, before we'll get onto that bit when we talk about the YouTube stuff, but the social heroic raids, we have a option now. As some of you guys know, my previous video, I announced that I am now also a Warlock alt, that I am currently in the process of gearing. I have all the shards I need, all hail LFR, but I now need the dom sockets. And obviously for that, I could go do heroic. Which means that the Friday social raids that my guild does, we do have the option of either taking the Paladin through for the log assessments and the content creation side of things, or we can do a Warlock. Now, personally, because I need to gear this Warlock as quickly as I can, I am probably going to park my Warlock into those social raids. The Warlock is currently approaching 230 item level, still needs a few bits and pieces, and could do with a lot of Mythic Plus, but we'll see. Please comment below at this point actually if you'd prefer to see more Paladin going into heroic to try and get the 99 passes and trying to get, well, 95 to 99 passes, and I will endeavor to do so, or we can look at setting the Warlock in there and I do weekly Warlock reviews as well, and we start adding Warlock content to the channel, which kind of brings us into the Mythic Plus component. As some of you know, I've done POV guides, I've done talk-throughs of what's gone well, what hasn't gone well with my Paladin through keys, and that will still happen. Especially if I record a particularly good dungeon for whatever reason, whether there's been a monumental cock-up and we've managed to regain time somewhere so that we've actually timed it, or if it's been just out of time but really, really close and it's been like a 19 or a 20 key. However, One thing that, again, that I would like your input for is whether or not you'd like to see Warlock content of a similar nature. Now, I know a lot of you guys subscribe to me as a Paladin, so the ball is in your court here. I do Warlock keys. I have cleared a couple of 15s. As I said, I'm about 230 item level now, so I can probably start pushing, but it depends on what you guys want to see. If you don't want to see me push on a Warlock, then I'll do it in my own time, and we will just focus on Paladin content here. But that is something that is now available to you guys should you wish to see it. Moving on to the Twitch stuff and the times and timetable. Looking at the YouTube content and the analytics, I've noticed that a fair number of you guys aren't British. You're either from Europe or you're from America, with about 25% of you being from the United States. So what I'm going to try and do is change my Twitch timings to potentially better suit you guys, if I can fit it around university and things like that. So hopefully we can get to a stage where you guys can actually come and watch me live, and you can ask me questions and interact with me while I am doing keys or whatever. And for the chaps over in Europe, if you come to my streams while on a weekend or something, then maybe we can try and do some viewer keys or something like that. So I'm going to try and make my timetable a little bit more forgiving for people in general, so that you guys can come and interact with me, which coincidentally will also feed into the YouTube changes. Because of these timetable changes across the board, the YouTube videos are going to be condensed down somewhat. So what was the Zero to Hero Challenge will still be called the Zero to Hero Challenge, but rather than just covering combat logs, we may also do a weekly review of the dungeons, how they went, with maybe some background footage as we talk through the week. What that may also mean is we start dabbling in the Warlock, or if it turns out that there is a huge massive drive in the lead up to, say, 9.2 for a particular class for higher guilds, we may start and ahhing about in building our skill set, because we'll have to see where things go. Because with the 9.1.5 change, I can kind of see myself having to get very, very accustomed to playing Holy Paladin in a raid setting due to the strength of Ashen Hollow. Kind of sucks, but I can see it happening. What that does mean, though, in terms of the Mythic Plus POVs and guides, in that same vein, they will probably have to be condensed as well. So it may be a case of a dungeon a week, or maybe 2 on weekends, depending on the quality of the dungeons. If there's a huge push week, for instance, I may queue up 5 or 6, but we'll see. What I do need, though, specifically for the M Plus POVs, is you guys to let me know if there's anything you really, really want to see. So if you want to see a Sanguine Depths, for instance, let me know. Put it in the comments below, and I will queue them accordingly. So if you want to see a Sanguine Depths Paladin, but then you guys have decided that, you know, actually we want to see a Necrotic Wake from your Warlock's point of view, then that will be the order I will do them in. And they will be released accordingly. A final note on the YouTube side of things, and something that may or may not be up your guys' street, are the montages. Now, I am quite aware of the fact I am lacking certain skills in terms of editing. Like this particular YouTube video, for instance, was pretty much taken in one go, and I have a lot of work to do in terms of scripting and bits and pieces in order to improve my quality for you guys. But in doing so, the practice may be montages. So going back to the old kind of Cobrak style for Warlocks, or Zelgradis, you know, the old PvP montages of old, with some nice music on in the background, and you watch me clap cheeks or get my cheeks clapped. Because this is the thing, these montages don't necessarily have to be fantastic things, they could just be for fun. So these montages could either be the weekly review of bits and pieces, where I just compile a load of clips together and put some music over the top, or can be actual token montages based on a particular subset. So, you know, raid wipes of the week, or Mythic Plus fails, or if you really want to, and some of you guys are aware that I've been playing other games aside from WoW lately, it could be a montage of Destiny 2 or something else. So please guys, comment below and let me know what you guys want to see. In the meantime though, I will keep you guys up to date through my Twitter, my Twitch, and also my TikTok as to what's happening, where things are going, and how we're looking for certain projects. Also, please have a look at my Patreon. That is also going to start holding content and bits and pieces in the works, and there you can also vote for what you want to see once that is set up fully. In the meantime though, I will say see you later. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all in the next one, folks. Take care.